Now, is McDonald's soft-serve ice cream priced at $1 more expensive or a Cornetto that's priced at $2.20? Now, I would think that the Cornetto is much cheaper, considering that the chocolate-coated peanuts, the toppings, or the strawberry flakes that come along with the ice cream. Yeah, hi, I'm Eugene. So I started estate planning back in the early days when I was a financial consultant. And fortunately, back then I met with this group of clients who are retiring, and they asked me a lot of questions about wealth distribution. So I was very new back then, and I saw the need, how I needed to help them. So, more than 10 years ago, the awareness of estate planning was not really very well developed. So I was constantly searching for support and knowledge to be able to help them in this area. I remember through the years, I was always searching for a platform that could really help me from end to end. So when we talk about will writing services, trust services, or even wealth distribution advice, I've been searching for many different platforms. So I remember starting out with one of the platforms out there who teach me, right, the pitfalls, how to advise on the will writing. So I started from that, and after a couple of months, I realized that I needed more help, particularly in the area of trust planning. So that was where I started to explore further, and I came to know Precepts, which are formerly known as Rock Wills. I first chanced upon Precepts when I wanted to help a client to set up a trust. So I still remembered, it was like a will alone couldn't really address his needs. So I had to go around and to compare the different trust companies, of course discreetly, and find out their services, their pricing and all that. So I would say that back then I have managed to come up with like a competitor analysis, and I found Precepts to be the most accessible, both in terms of their product range and also the customer service, the support, because they have a team of specialists who will help the client on board in a very seamless process. From the many client approaches and review, I will sometimes ask them the reason why they decide to proceed. So the common reason I found is that they heard of the company and they found the firm reliable when it comes to estate succession matters. I remember just before the COVID, Precepts used to have this family day where I would invite my trust clients and their family members to come together where they would interact with the management of the firm. It was an annual affair, and I will always look forward to that because it adds a lot of credibility to the relationship that the trust clients have with the company. So I remember there was this client who was in a compliance team in one of the local banks, one of the high flyers. So she wanted to see the internal governance of Precepts. Now I sent over the whole deck of material I've gotten from the team, and inside there were the processes, the governance, the layers of checks and balances, and the client in the end was so pleased and even referred me another close friend of hers. Wow, 14 years, time really flies. It seems like just yesterday. Now, throughout the years, I always feel supported. You see, each case of estate planning is very unique, and there are just new things to learn every single day. So I will always go back to the team in Precepts to ask for help. And I recall I had this opportunity to meet this prospect who owns a public listed company. He wanted to set up a PTC, and his assets are around 500 million. So Mr. Lee himself, the CEO, offered to head down with me. He did the presentation, and I was sitting there feeling so amused and learning so much things from him. Sadly, it's true. Precepts is expensive, but wait a minute, okay, I would like to draw a comparison. Now, is McDonald's soft-serve ice cream priced at $1 more expensive or a Cornetto that's priced at $2.20? Now, I would think that the Cornetto is much cheaper, considering that the chocolate-coated peanuts, the toppings, or the strawberry flakes that come along with the ice cream. Now, it's the same thing. You see, Precepts will is only expensive if you just sell yourself short. And you need to make use of all the training provided by Precepts and extend it to your client in the appointment. If you can show enough value to the client, then your clients will find your services, your will, cheap. Isn't it true? Okay, true story. FC approached me 2 months back. So the FC's client wanted to do will writing, and the FC referred her to another platform, not knowing exactly what they provide, aside from the fact that they do will writing. So ended up, this FC realized that the firm sold the client a 5-pay limited endowment plan, citing that holding too much cash would freeze the estate upon a demise. Now, too bad, the free look period was over and there wasn't anything to do to retract the whole thing. So this FC told me that she should have done it on her own and learned estate planning many years back. So I always teach this in most of my courses. I'll say that your client is also another advisor's prospect. So you see, hand-holding is not a choice. It is a basic principle that all FCs should embark on. Now, I am a firm believer of paying for support, paying for help, paying for the know-how, and also the progression. So over the years, this formula has helped me to sort some of the most valuable help that has even enabled me to close very tough cases. So my ROI has exceeded just the fees that I pay, just for the support. And at the end of the day, it's really the skills that I carry with me for life that matters.